and then you'll pour.
From beautiful, warm, sunny California. We're late, and we apologize. We slept in. We slept in. It's the Suzanne Summers Show, and here she is.
Thank you. Today, so sorry we're late. We usually take a nap before the show, so I have lots of energy, so both of us, and it's that time of our life where we take a nap in the afternoon, and we forgot we moved the show to 4 from 5, so we're so sorry. But we're here, and I've got things that I think you're probably thinking about today. I wish I had some, and I bet I have it for you. Anyway, what'd you do, Al?
Well, we just lost.
Instagram?
Yeah, this one's also out of juice. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
We can just do a Facebook show. It's okay.
Okay, I'll see. Maybe I can bring it up on this one. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
We're okay.
All right. Well, so last week it was Instagram. This week it's Facebook gets the full attention. So sorry. You know, doing our new kind of TV on the internet is sort of like how it was when Alan and I started in TV. TV itself hasn't been around that long, and this is what always used to happen, and they got it down. And we'll get this down, so, and most days we do. And here we are. It's really hot, and I've got a lot of jobs for Alan to do. You want to know what your jobs are, Al?
Yeah, I know my job.
Get the sign, pour the drink, and turn on the mister.
Okay.
Okay? You can do all those things.
Okay.
It's the high 80s today here in the desert. Very pleasant, but I have a silk top on and I can tell that it's hot here. I woke up this morning and this is what I heard. And I said, Al, he said, I did. But he hadn't actually yet. What he meant was, I'm on my way. That's what I say to him every morning. You know what I say? Did you take your nasal renew? He actually can't live without it. He, you know, with all the stuff flying through the air, and then, you know, we have two microbiomes systems in our body. One's the GI tract, and I talk about the importance of that balance of the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. That's real important. We do that with probiotics. We also have it in our sinus. So some people this time of the year have real bad attacks. His eyes get red and watery, and his nose runs, and you know, if we knew, oh, it's that tree, or it's that plant, or it's this time of the year, we'd take that tree out, or we'd take that plant out, or we'd move, because it's so unpleasant. But for Alan, he takes 2 of these every morning when he wakes up. He takes 2 in the afternoon, and then before we go to bed, he takes another 2 to just keep restoring. And when I can tell when he doesn't take it, he gets all reactive, and when he takes it, it's like, within 15 minutes, it calms it down. So it's not like getting over-the-counter allergy medicine. That's not what this is. This is health and restoration and trying to create balance. You know, our body is a system, and it works best when everything is in balance. The earth works best when it's in balance, everything. Well, here he is.
Hi there.
I mean,
We
really?
slipped in.
But we look kind of cute
It
together,
was a good
black
sleep.
and yellow.
It was
Yeah.
a good sleep.
Yeah,
We
you're
apologize.
almost on the verge of snoring. That's actually, thank goodness that's what woke me up. I went, oh.
I'll be back in a moment.
Come back, okay. Anyway, so that's called nasal renew, and you've gotten that before, but we just thought today, this time of the year, I don't know what it's like where you live, but if you live in the desert Southwest, any of these southern western states, we're all having a lot of stuff flowing through the air. In fact, in the desert it gets so bad that a lot of people, we call them snowbirds, the Canadians who come down from Canada, they all start packing up about now, those who can't handle the pollens and all the stuff that blows through the air. And yet those days when we have those incredible windy days, there's something so glorious about them, and all the bad stuff blows off the trees and just leaves the little things that are coming, you know, probably in a few weeks. Like Alan has a mango tree. He caresses that tree. I'm not kidding. He caresses the tree. He touches the trunk. He touches the leaves. He looks at all the little baby mangoes that are up there. There's probably, 1,000 little baby mangoes, and if they survive the next couple of windstorms, he's gonna have a crop of all crops, which it makes me happy, but nothing makes me happier than when Alan is happy, so. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through these things real fast, what we have today. Nasal Renew, I just told you about that. Ubiquinol, CoQ10. I can't stress CoQ10 enough, and this is one of the things we run out of as we age, and our aging is about worn out parts. Ubiquinol is the best form of CoQ10 because it absorbs faster. Ubiquinol absorbs, so that means you take the CoQ10's energy, and it absorbs faster. So why? Well, hi. Why CoQ10 for energy? I love the study of cellular health. Who knew? I just do. And you know, we have an outer membrane on our cell. You know that cell is made of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. That's why when we gave up fats, when all those reports came out, that one report was in 1941. People gave up fat and went to fake fats and margarines and things, and everybody got fatter and sicker. So I'm happy to be part of the coalition that has brought fats back, and butter and all those things that are so good for me. I always love talking about I love stats and I love quotes. My favorite stat is that butter has almost the exact same percentages of polyunsaturated fat, monounsaturated fat, and saturated fat as breast milk, meaning nature wanted us to be on a high-fat diet. And so don't be afraid of your butter. I've written so much about the fats, but that's just the outer membrane of the cell. And it's also made up of essential fatty acids. That's why I always talk about the importance of omega-3. That's another of those healthy fats. Why? So that the outer layer of the cell is permeable, so that water and air can flow through. Water and air, oxygen and hydration. That's life, isn't it? When you eat a lot of poor quality fats, like omega-6 quality fats, you know that this outer membrane that fat makes is hard like plastic. And so when free radicals come in, I'll go through this because you're going, what? Free radicals? Free radicals come in the form of chemicals, pesticides on your food, genetically modified food, or non-organic skincare, air fresheners that you spray around your house. That all brings free radicals in. In Suzanne speak, free radicals like to eat
the antioxidants.
Thank you.
Free radicals.
Thank you. God, I just totally lost my thought for a minute there. Thank you. Free radicals eat your antioxidants. So you want to keep that balance. The reason I'm talking about cells, because all these are going to involve cells. You and I are approximately 70 trillion cells. Cell health is so important. That's why that other supplement we're not selling today, but you can go to the website and get it. Senolytics. Senolytics is one of the most incredible advances in health that's been made in the last decade. You know what it is? Senolytics, and we have that supplement. You take a packet of 2 once a week. It's very inexpensive, and you know what it does? As the cells malfunction and die, right? Well, now you got a malfunctioning cell lying around there, like debris, like your floor needs sweeping, right? You need to get it out. Senolytics removes cellular debris. Okay, all right. So we got that overview of how important cells are and what different things do to your cells. So that's why I wax poetic about our CoQ10, because in the middle of that cell now, we're not done with the cell. It's a very complex thing. Light, water, air, hydrating and oxygen, all that. In the middle, finally we get there, is the king of energy, which is the mitochondria. And the mitochondria is your little energy center. That's why you can run like crazy, and that's why you can win the Olympics, and that's why you can do all that. And as you get older, aging is about worn out parts. Your body stops making sufficient CoQ10. And why does that affect your mitochondria? The CoQ10 works like a ripcord on an outdoor motorboat. That gets all the energy all working and revved up. Without CoQ10, the energy is in the center. It's the mitochondria, but it's just sort of hanging out there, and that's one of the reasons. There are a lot of reasons for this dog tired feeling that I talk about all the time. Another could be that your thyroid is too high or too low. There are a lot of things that create that terrible dog tired feeling. There's your alarm to wake up. You are an hour off. You are an hour off, Al. That's good. Good. Okay, so that's the CoQ10. All right, this is really important. I make Alan take 3 of these every morning. There's 100 mg's in each one. Nasal Renew, I just told you about that. Dopa Renew. Dopa stimulates the serotonin in your body. Serotonin is your feel-good hormone. And there's a lot that Dopa Renew, I was just looking at the literature on it. It does more than I thought. Good for your brain. Keep your brain youthful. That's kind of important, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
You're
all right.
live on Instagram.
Hi, everybody.
Instagram, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
We're really sorry. We
Yeah,
slept in.
I
You know,
know.
that's the truth.
We did, and his alarm just went off.
Alan, just a quick check. Do you have the microphones plugged in?
Oops. What, can people not hear?
We're having a few technical issues, but we're
Okay. Well, I
trying to
see
just
something
keep
unplugged
you keep
here,
going.
Al.
We're just checking to make sure that Alan, did you turn all the lights on and did you plug the are the microphones still plugged in?
How's this? He's plugging one into Facebook right now.
Oh, well that will help.
Well, I don't know if it's the right one, but there's a microphone and there's a third. Got my glasses out?
No.
Here.
No, it's okay.
Well, did nobody hear anything that I just said?
There are always some people who can't. We got to set a little bit late, so it was a little bit of a rush getting up.
Yeah.
Okay, I plugged, Facebook is plugged in, and now Instagram is now
Hopefully you can hear now. I want to just tell you about Dopa Renew, and here's something I'm allowed to say, so this is a big deal. May help reduce mild age-related memory loss. Isn't that an incredible thing without having to take a pharmaceutical drug, which can make you loopy? I don't know if yours do, but anyway, this is a youthful brain may help with memory loss. Good for your heart, supports cardiovascular health, non-GMO, good for your brain. So far we've got energy for your cells, CoQ10. We've got nasal renew if you're sniffing and red eyes and snot coming out of your nose. This is good. We've got Dopa Renew, which is good for your brain and your heart. We've got Mood Renew. So Mood Renew is probiotics in that. Let me get it here. Mood Renew makes you relaxed. It helps you be in a good mood. One of the things as we age, in particular we women, and we decline in hormones, and you don't ever want to be the B word, but there's sometimes when you're just stretched like thank you, honey, like an elastic pulled too thin, and it feels like it's going to snap. Well, Mood Renew would be helpful for you.
Yeah, because Suzanne, that's one of those things where, when you gave me a lot of information about neurotransmitters. If you're having difficulty with your neurotransmitter production because your gut health is off,
Yeah.
this is a supplement that helps put back some of those. It gives you some of those probiotics that help in that area
Yep.
to help the release of the neurotransmitters that make you feel calm and happy and a little more equalized.
Yeah. So that's what we've got here. We've got energy, the CoQ10. We've got nasal renew for noses that are out of control, like my husband's. We've got Dopa Renew for may help with age-related memory loss, good for keeping your brain youthful. We've got Mood Renew, which is the there are things I can specifically say.
Helps support your neurotransmitter production.
Right. I have my Suzanne Speaks way of describing everything. I always have to make sure that I'm allowed to say it, because I think when I describe it, you go, oh, that, oh, okay. Anyway, everything here is about mood and relaxation. Mood and relaxation may help support mild mood changes associated with routine hormonal fluctuations. Okay. And then the eyes. You want to keep the eyes. I don't know about you, but my mother had macular degeneration, and for the last 15, 20 years of her life, she had 2% peripheral vision. It's amazing how that woman never complained. I mean, how frustrating. Can't see in front. She could only see just blurry on the sides. But she kissed a lot of people, because as people, she'd come up to people real close to try to figure out who they were, and they thought she wanted a kiss, so she got a lot of kisses, or maybe she was just being smart. But it's got saffron, which is good for your eyes. It's got astaxanthin, which is visual sharpness, eye health. This is like, you know, you can take astaxanthin by itself. You can take saffron by itself, but we try to like combine them together so that you can take less supplements and do the job better. So, okay, so that's what we got today. We've got the energy, the CoQ10. We've got the nasal for your nose. We've got dopa for your mood and keeping your brain young. We've got mood renew. This is for your GI tract and keeping that balance there. And then we've got ocular for your eyes. Okay. Need a cigarette. I've never smoked. I've never had a cigarette in my life. I'm so glad.
Good for you.
Well, it's not good for me. It just never appealed to me. But when I like something, it's so hard to give it up. So it was just one thing I didn't have to give up.
I started smoking when I was 8.
You did. I bet you did.
I was a good smoker.
I bet you were.
Yeah.
You were. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture over there of Dean Martin. He's a good smoker, and so is Sinatra. See Sinatra's cigarette?
Yeah, and Sammy.
Oh yeah, all three of them. You used to smoke like that. He had that sexy way of holding a cigarette. Top of the morning too.
Okay.
So, any questions before I?
Okay, well, here's the
Bore
deal.
in.
Here's the deal today. 25% off all supplements, and the promo code is PALM25. PALM25.
Well, look at you. You got everything done. You got the sign. You got the misting system on. You got the drink. You got the
And sound is fine, I think.
sound is good.
On both Instagram
You did it,
and
Al, and you look
Facebook.
cute.
Thank you.
You did it, Al. You might want to pop on that ring light.
The ring light's on.
Oh,
It's
it is?
kind.
Okay.
It's kind of on soft though. Maybe it wants to
I
go
think,
brighter.
I think you could stand to clean the lens on Suzanne's phone. That's the only other thing I would add.
And then there's that.
Yeah, but it looks like a nice soft filter. Mrs.
Okay.
Summers may like it.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, yeah. When you're 74, soft filters are your friend.
It looks like a little schmutz off the lens.
Okay, let me try that.
Yeah. Don't spit on it.
Okay, schmutz off the lens coming up.
Exactly. And you guys, all the supplements on Suzanne's website are 25% off today. The promo code is PALM25. And she was just telling you about a few of her favorites today because, you know, it's nice to highlight a few. We have been going nuts with the allergies over here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Camellia was at the house and her eyes were so red and itchy. And
Yeah.
she was like, "What is wrong?" And I said, "There's just a lot of pollen in the air
Yeah.
right now." So
Yeah.
I gave her some nasal renew, and it really does help support the effects that you can have from seasonal allergies. So
And also, it's not over the counter. There's no addictive quality to it. It's all of
yeah,
what I
and
like.
it's not speedy or
No, what I
Alan,
like
almost
about
got there. Just
all
clean
of
that one
these,
more time because it's
yeah.
just got a little streaky, but it is better.
They're all good for you supplements, rather than there's no warning on the back, you know, saying may cause intestinal bleeding. Like I was looking at an over-the-counter painkiller a couple weeks ago, may cause intestinal bleeding. They have to do all these disclaimers. You go, I'm not taking that, but there's nothing on the
Right.
back of any of this. This is all just stuff that, you know, saffron and astaxanthin for your eyes. Relaxation.
Well,
You know, a lot of women, as they go through menopause, they start taking, you know, those kind of drugs that calm me down, how about Mood Renew? I want to be calm. My sister, I don't know if she's listening or not, but when my sister had her babies, she was, I think, 20 or 21, and she had one a year, as girls used to, so they're either 1, 2, or 3, or 2, 3, and 4. Anyway, 3 little boys, and eventually it was 4 little boys, and I would call Maureen, and she'd go, yes, well, things are very nice. Would you stop? And I wish I had had some of this for her back then, Mood Renew. It's a hard job when you're not used to having 4 little boys around who all want your attention. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of relaxation, and I would always go natural, always. I've seen friends of mine who've been on pharmaceutical relaxants, you know, those brand names, for a lifetime, for decades and decades. What does that do? You know, we're all worried about our brains and that we're losing our brains earlier and that dementia and Alzheimer's are epidemics. Well, who knows? All this stuff that we've mindlessly taken. That's why I like to explain all of these things to you, that before you go for the over-the-counter or for the pharmaceutical, and when you need them, they're a godsend. I needed them this year. Oh my God, I never thought I would need them in the way I needed them, and I did. But I always try to first look at what do we have that's natural, and almost always it works for me.
And you know, it's interesting that Dopa Renew is a really interesting supplement because when you are not getting dopamine, which is that feel-good hormone,
Right.
again,
Right.
if your neurotransmitters are not firing a lot of dopamine, that's when you can start reaching for caffeine or alcohol
Yeah,
or
sugar.
or junky stuff, because
Yeah.
that's how you get that quick hit of dopamine.
Yeah, good point.
So Suzanne's brought you this supplement called Dopa Renew that helps support the production of those neurotransmitters, and I have found it helps keep away some of those cravings that you get when you get that dip. So these are some interesting products that we don't talk about as much. That's a good one.
You know, because I lost so much weight when I had the surgery, I've now put on 27 pounds that I needed to put on, that I'm so happy I put on. I did it by eating right and taking really good care of myself, as you know. But also, for the first time, I've allowed myself most nights to have some ice cream. And I rationalize it because right down the hill from where I live is this organic ice cream shop. And I love this lady's business. She's a young woman. She took all the money she had in the world and bought this little teeny space, and she makes the ice cream. And she has 5 or 6 flavors every week, but it's so good because it's all handmade, homemade. So that's how I rationalize. Well, I need to gain weight. And this week she
You did.
Yeah, I
It
did.
worked well.
Yeah, I've been really loving cookies and cream. Oh my gosh, that's so good. But I think I'm just about at the point where I've got to go, okay, what else?
Well, now you can just go back to eating it a couple times a week like you used to. But you do get used to it. It's amazing how quickly you can create a new habit, right?
I crave it after my meal. I want ice cream. That's all I want.
Ah.
I think about it. So I probably should keep Dopa Renew down there by my dessert table and take
Yeah.
this first, and then see if I'm still craving it. You know, I mean, who doesn't want to keep your brain young, and who doesn't want to, you know, hold on to those thoughts? I've got a good brain. I don't want to lose my thoughts.
Yeah.
So
You know, and also the other thing that you were talking about, the Ocular Renew, to help support your healthy eyes. One of the issues that they're seeing now with these degenerative eye diseases, they're seeing them in much younger people because of all the screen time we all have. We're so
Yes.
frequently looking into a phone or a computer.
yes, can you turn those down now?
The Ocular
The
Renew
bands.
is important for young people as
Yeah.
well because it helps combat some of those blue light issues that we face with all that screen time.
Yeah, who would have thought? 2 things are happening to young people. The eye effects that she was just talking about, and also something they called tech neck. Because when you're sitting in bed and you're like this, what happens when you are in that posture for months, years, and like I have a friend in Dallas who's a trial attorney. He's permanently bent over because he's always like this with his computer getting ready for trials. And once those bones get in that position, then these, you start getting, when you stand up, little hairline fractures here. So after a while, you cannot stand up straight. One of the things that I've been working on in my physical therapy is because of the nerve damage that happened, all the way down this arm. And we're working on keeping the shoulder loose so it doesn't become frozen, but also so that I'm not stooped over. It's a lot of work. I do it every day. I mean, for me, just to get this hand up here is so much work. But in the beginning, he was telling me today, he said, in the beginning, you couldn't lift it any higher than this. So the fact that I can get it up here, I'm really happy about that. It takes, when you want to be well, it takes such dedication and such focus and positive attitude, and don't complain and don't tell everybody your problems because nobody wants to hear them. So I just have been working really hard on getting this all loosened up here. There's a lot of hand exercises to do when you have nerve damage. So ask me some questions, girls. I want to hear from you today. Anybody have a question out there, or guys?
Kim Shaw says, I'm having lots of issues with eyes.
Oh, well, ocular. Let me go through the whole thing.
Ask me some questions, girls. I want to hear.
What? I can't hear Caroline now, Al.
No, sorry, that was my fault.
Oh.
Something came off mute.
Oh. Okay. Kim, your eyes. So I'll give you, this is ocular nutrition. The body can't work without nutrition. Saffron in this helps support vision and retinal function, okay? The astaxanthin promotes visual sharpness and eye health. Cyanidin D, glucoside, from European blackcurrant extract. Oh, I've got European blackcurrant extract up there. Encourages regeneration of rhodopsin. I bet you woke up this morning and said, how can I encourage my rhodopsin? I don't know. Okay. Right. I don't know what rhodopsin is.
Rhodopsin?
Yeah, RHO, dopsin.
Dopsin.
Yeah. Anyway, this is, as Caroline was saying, it's helps support and is protective of blue light. So there's a lot of reasons, and I don't know about you, but my eyes aren't what they used to be. My hearing is impeccable. I hear everything. But my eyes, my reading eyes, that's why I've got the reading glasses here.
Not only do you hear everything.
I hear everything.
You hear everything.
Everything.
When we're sitting at the dinner table and with a few guests, not only do you hear what I'm saying, you hear what every other guest is saying too.
I do.
And oftentimes you interject.
I do. I know.
It's
I know.
amazing.
Women are hardwired for this.
Stephanie Walston said, I have had nasal issues since she had COVID, and Nasal Renew is helping.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We're not saying that's a cure for COVID, but it does help support.
Well, I just see what Nasal Renew does for Alan. This is like, you never really had these kind of allergies until we lived in the desert full time. Alan, I think it's just we live in the mountains with all this pollen. It's all so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a price, but Nasal Renew, I've got it in the car. I always keep it in my purse. It's in the glove box. It's next to both sides of the bed. I order it from the office by sets of 12 because he runs through it. He takes probably 6 a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the late afternoon, and 2 at night before he goes to bed. And I know when he hasn't taken it. I know because I just have to look at his eyes. His eyes go red.
And also I think I snore.
And you do.
Yeah.
When it's all, right, but.
And then when I hold my breath when I'm snoring, you
freaks me
wait
out
to see if I've died or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John Capetto would like to know what you recommend for low energy.
Well, of this group here, I'm looking here. Oh, ubiquinol CoQ10. I'm sorry, I just did a whole dissertation on the energy. The reason older people lose their energy is a lack of CoQ10 that doesn't stimulate the mitochondria, which is the energy center of the cell. Now, if you are 70 trillion cells, and that's what you are, it's approximate, and all your mitochondria in the middle of all of those is kind of got no energy, you're going to be, as they say, out of gas, and not in a good way. And I can't think of anything better for energy than CoQ10. That's what nature provided. The reason you had energy when you were young and little is because your cells had tons of CoQ10. So, John, CoQ10 will be your friend. And it's 100 milligrams. I give Alan 3 a day.
So
Yeah,
Amy
yeah.
Eileen Howard said, of course you don't answer my question, laugh out loud. What's in Mood Renew, please?
Yes, I will tell you what's in Mood Renew. This is the one that's like your, what's in it? Well,
It's 2 probiotics.
yeah, lactobacillus and bifidobacterium and saffron. Okay, all right, and it so it supports mood and relaxation, brain health. Is supported with the saffron and the probiotics. And remember, in your I mean, we're all about the balance, the probiotic balance. And research suggests a connection between the gut-brain axis, you know, from the gut to the brain. That's really important, and the nervous system. I should probably take this for my nerve damage here. Yeah, I'm going to take one. Early clinical research demonstrated that specific probiotics may positively influence chemical communication between the brain and the gut. So
Yeah, and Amy, I also sent you the link to Suzanne's site so you can read all the ingredients that are listed on the website as well.
yeah, it's a well-known fact, and it wasn't a well-known fact just 2-3 decades ago. The connection between the brain and the gut. The reason that's so important is that most people have guts that are not working well. And the reason they're not working well is all the chemicals from the food you eat that has poison and pesticides sprayed on it, and the chemicals you're putting on your skin and the chemicals in the air. And so what this does is puts back the balance. You just want to keep creating balance from the chemical assault. And when the chemicals get in the GI tract, and those chemicals eat through the barrier wall, because, you know, they want to get out. They want to get into the bloodstream. They want to go on a rampage. They want to get into your brain. That's where they're making their way up in the bloodstream. When the chemicals get in the brain, the hypothalamus and the pituitary have to shrink. That's the brain to get out of the way to make room for the chemicals. The more chemicals you take in through the GMOs and pesticides and poisons on our food, the more the little hypothalamus and the pituitary have got to get. I envision the brain up there going, there's no room left in my house up here. So you want to Mood Renew is all of these things. You know, as I'm sitting here, I take so many supplements every day. I do take CoQ10 every day. I don't need to take Nasal Renew, but if it gets really windy, I take Nasal Renew. But Alan takes it every day. I haven't been taking the Dopa Renew, and as I'm telling you about, I'm going, I need to start taking that again. And the Mood Renew also. I'm not very stressed.
Well, if you take Dopa Renew and Mood Renew, you're in great shape.
You'd probably be in great shape. And then Ocular Renew, that I am taking because my eyes ain't what they used to be.
Okay, breaking news here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Christina Gonzalez says, Suzanne, I make Gut Renew smoothies and freeze them. You can replace your ice cream with that. So good.
Oh, what a good
That's
idea.
true.
That's a good idea.
Yep. Thank you.
That's a very
Christina.
good idea, Christine. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yeah, Alan, did you get your popsicle molds yet?
They haven't arrived yet. I ordered popsicle molds because I want to make popsicles with my Gut Renew.
Yeah.
And we're getting so many great responses to Gut Renew. We're so grateful. It's so great to be able to
Yeah.
put out a product that people love to
And
use.
surprising people. I mean, somebody was telling me my daughter wants to, our lunch guest yesterday, she said my daughter wants to take Gut Renew. And I thought, but she's in her 20s. And I thought, yeah, guts are
Heck yeah.
falling apart in their 20s too. So,
Teenagers. That's what happened to my girls.
yeah, teenagers. Oh, that was so awful. Yeah.
So Cindy
Hey,
Adams is
Carrie
watching.
Gates Kibbe would like to know, when exactly do you take the hydrochloric acid with Pepsin? Before every meal and only with meals? Thank you.
I take it right as I'm starting my meals. For the damage in my gut, I need 3 per meal. He needs 4. How can you tell? When you take them, if it doesn't burn, that's enough. If you reach a point where you take 1 and it's burning, you don't need it. If you're taking 2 and it's burning, back off to 1. If you're taking 3 and it's burning, back off to 2. And you tell yourself, what do you need? Hydrochloric acid. If you have too much acid, you're going to feel like a little heartburn. But when you hit that sweet spot, it's just enough to help you digest your foods, and then the Pepsin aids and abets that also. I can't live without hydrochloric acid, and Alan can't either. He said to me last night, I had indigestion all last night, and I said, you know why? I forgot to give you your hydrochloric acid at the beginning of your meal, and I forgot to give you your digestive enzymes. Now you're going, it's so much work. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a lot of work now
But
to
it's
be
worth
healthy.
it.
It's worth it.
And it's also, it's awful to feel bloated or, have that something coming back on you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a horrible feeling.
And the
So
tossing
if
and
you're giving us
turning.
a natural way to
Yeah.
get rid of that. That's a great thing.
It is, it is a lot of work to be healthy. But what's your alternative?
It's more work to be sick.
Exactly. Look all around you. Look at your friends who aren't doing anything. You know who they are. And they're not having the quality of life that you are. What
You know
else?
what? Guys are worse than
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
Women are more compliant.
Yeah, and usually
Okay?
men take it because their wives tell them to take it.
No, guys say things like, I don't take anything.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't take anything. And you can see it. By the way, Amy Eileen Howard says, Gut Renew gives me a lot of energy for some reason.
I would think because it's moving things around in there so you're not
Yeah.
all sluggish.
Well, we don't sell it as an energy drink.
No.
And we're not selling it as a weight loss, but people are getting energy and they're losing
Yeah,
weight.
yeah.
But they're cleaning out their gut, and
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
People are having such great
Housekeeping.
response to Gut Renew.
Yeah, yeah.
Check out the Gut Renew 30-day challenge. And if you don't want to do that, just buy 1 bag of Gut Renew, you'll be back. It's great. We've been doing it for over a year now.
Yeah.
And my wife has a flat stomach. I'm trying
Can I
to...
read you a testimonial from Gut Renew?
Yeah.
This is from one of your followers named Joseph. On Instagram, his handle is Joseph Yoga. He said, I sent this to so many friends to try to get them to buy the Gut Renew plan. Our gut is about 25 feet long. If you only ate vegetables and fruit, it would be fine, but we don't. When we are carrying extra pounds, and sometimes even when we are not storing leftover waste, it rots and causes so many health issues. White bread is glue, and it stays. Some say that gut health is the root of all issues. During autopsies, we find people with pounds and pounds of waste in them, like John Wayne and Elvis. Well, I am on the 3rd day of Suzanne's gut health, and already I've experienced incredible digestion moments and revelations. Is there anything better than knowing you are cleaning out your body? This is one of the most important things I've ever done. These shakes are like having a perfect meal. The weight and toxins are leaving. Plus, I hate cooking. This is so easy.
Wow, we should post that. That's so articulate.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, articulate and thoughtful and all-knowing. And he's right. He's right. That we were talking about John Wayne the other day, and people die and they open them up and find pounds and pounds of old waste, and that's what all those, not all of it, but that's insulin resistance, but all those big stomachs that hang over people's belts and things. That's not healthy. That's not health. It's not about looking good and your good figure and you can wear this size and that size. It's about health. Life is a flow. You want to flow through you and out of you. And if it's all clogged in the middle, all clogged up, just imagine a machine that's all clogged in the middle. You keep putting fresh stuff in the top and it's the best quality, but right around here it gets stuck. And then some of it squeezes, and now you're constipated, and that's where the bloating and the gas comes from. And it's not right that everybody's feeling like this, and we didn't used to feel like this. And the only thing that I can figure out is that our food has changed. In a way, it's been hijacked by genetically modifying it. This is just me speaking. You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I have written 27 books, so there's stuff that I know. And I just know that with this Gut Renew that we just started because we like the way it tasted in the morning. We have one every morning. We didn't have one today, and I really miss it. This is the first morning we haven't had one in a long, long time. I really miss it. But now I'm going to make, this is going to be my new ice cream. Thank you. It was Christine, I think, who said that. That is a great idea. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what a good way to wean off of a habit.
Yeah, yeah, and it's as good or maybe more gooder. It's so delicious.
Okay. I've got something here.
Melinda Hill said Gut Renew is awesome, and yes, our food has for sure changed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Melinda, you are right.
And Brenda said these comments you are reading should be on your website. Gut Renew has been a game changer for me, losing weight and feeling great. Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. And for those of you who have purchased Gut Renew, please go to SuzanneSummers.com and post your testimonials on one of the product pages, because that helps for other people to see. A lot of you read them here, but it does help if you put them on our website.
Right, right, right. I mean, people say to me they watch the show and they're going to start Gut Renew, and I look at them like they're skinny little things, but even when you're skinny, you can have gut problems. When you're overweight, you can have gut problems. If you're kind of just right, you can have gut problems. There's hardly anybody that doesn't complain about their gut to some degree. I'm the only one not complaining about my gut right now. My gut feels perfect right now. It's been years since it felt like this. And I'll tell you, you just look forward to waking up in the morning because it's all going to be good all day long.
By the way,
yeah.
Anita Elizabeth Casper said, I made a caramel apple Gut Renew smoothie this morning.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that was the first time we tried it yesterday, right? Or 2 days
That was the
ago.
one I called the holy crap.
And then it was made with dates
Yeah.
that we got from the date orchard that is a few miles away from us.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned the name of the place where the dates come from, it crashed.
It's true, the
their
site
website.
crashed. Right.
Wow.
Well, we got off to a little bit of a slow start today, but it's already 5 after 5.
Yep.
Wow. Well, let me go through it one more time.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to...
Tell them the deal, Johnny.
Okay. Here it is. 25% off all supplements, and the promo code is PALM25.
Okay.
Okay?
So, the first supplement I told you about is CoQ10. CoQ10 is like in the middle of your cell, you've got the mitochondria. CoQ10 is like the ripcord that releases the energy. The mitochondria is your energy, but if it doesn't have CoQ10, that's why you see old people just sort of shuffling across the street. Without CoQ10, you're dog tired, you have no energy. Here's your energy. Okay. Nasal Renew. My husband is the healthiest person I know except for his nose. His nose and his whole sinus area here, his eyes, everything, he just constantly like that. He takes this upon waking. He takes this mid-afternoon, and he takes it before he goes to bed. That's how bad his reaction to all the pollutants flying around in the air. And this helps him so much. I can tell when he's had it, and I can tell when he didn't take it. Dopa Renew, this is to keep your brain operating at high function, and it says it can help support memory loss. When I had to take drugs this year for my pain and my neck and back injury, I wasn't forgetting things, but not being able to call up thoughts, and that really scared me because I have such a good brain. Anyway, I forgot about this supplement, and I'm so glad we have it out today because I'm going to start taking this. Mood Renew, when your hormones are kind of waning and things irritate you and you lash out at people you love and you didn't mean to, and I'm so sorry, you're the one I never wanted to. For whatever reason, you're on edge, Mood Renew, okay? And for those of you who are worried about their eyes, like I am, I went and had myself checked for macular degeneration. I do not have it. My sister has it. My mother had 2% peripheral visions. You got to take good care of your eyes. And this has saffron in it, and it there's other things, astaxanthin and cyanidin D-glucoside, and things that clearly are all very good for your eyes. Those are the things available today at 25% off. And as you know, our formulator who puts our supplements together is, I think, the best in the world. That's my opinion, but I feel confident in saying that. They have a scientific advisory board of 29 doctors, scientists, and professionals. They vet every book that I've ever written, and I've never been called on any of the information in my book. I've been called personally, oh, you're listening to that actress, but not any of the information in any of my books ever, and I know it's because of their fine-tooth comb that they go through it. I try to bring you things that lead you toward a better, healthier life so that we can meet twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week right here, and enjoy our company with each other. We're all like-minded and got each other's backs, and I believe in women, and I believe that women have not... the professionals in the health field have not had the backs of women. I hope that I have fulfilled that for you, because when I went into this whole decline of hormones, nutrients, minerals, etc., there was nobody who had any information for me. I drove around like a maniac from doctor to doctor trying to find it until I finally did. And you know, when you set your mind to something, you'll figure it out. And I figured it out. And once I figured it out, I thought, why have I been given a louder voice with the fame that I've had? It's not about getting good tables in restaurants. We don't even go to restaurants anymore, right? I've been given a louder voice so that I can get this information and bring it to you, put it in books, and my a big honor was earlier this month when I was asked to be the keynote speaker for a global health seminar of over 3,000 doctors, and they wanted me to teach them about the hormonal system. How about that? Chrissy Snow.
I think you spoke for like a good half hour.
Oh, I actually think longer than that.
Longer?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I actually spoke for about an hour.
Wow.
Once you get me going, you know, you sit with me an hour. It's not hard for me.
By the way, Maisie Ramey said, I saw Alan in All in the Family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember when they called me and said, would you like to guest star on All in the Family? And I said, my favorite show.
Yeah, you were good on that.
It was fun.
You played like an Al Hamill character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's
I don't
it.
think I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a picture of him in the second kitchen. I'll show you when you're here Sunday.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Sorry we lost a half hour today. Some days are just like that, but we'll see you Monday.
So it's 25% off
Yeah,
all supplements today.
Yeah.
Promo code is PALM25.
Yeah. Love you all.
Bye
Bye-bye.
all.